It's crazy how the whole world thinks that if you have a big social media following, you'll make money. But even accounts with 6-figure followings often have not even managed to go full-time. And I know there's a lot of people out there who have ended up with followings and are now wondering what to do with them and how do they turn this following into money or a career. So I'm going to tell a story to kick this video all off. March 2020, Liv was working part-time as a yoga teacher and making half of her income as a radiographer. She had 67,000 followers on Instagram and wasn't making a single penny from it, bar the odd sponsored post. Fast forward 9 months later, Liv is now a full-time online yoga teacher. Following the steps of this video, after 4 months, she'd quit her job and was living off her social media following. 5 months later, and her earnings has increased over 670%. Not only that, but by taking the jump and quitting her job, the second she was able to go full-time and focus, things moved fast and her Instagram just started growing at lightning pace, sometimes adding 2,000 new followers a day. Now, the next video on this channel, Liv's actually going to show you how she did that. So if you're sitting there wishing you could go full-time or make more from your following, then this video is for you. But let's just address the massive elephant in the room first, shall we? Who on earth is this dude with less than 300 subscribers telling me what to do? That's a great question. Well, without sounding too much like a dick, I'm just the guy that gave her the steps to follow that got her there. I'm what I call an ethical marketer. It means I don't see a following as a number but honest people. I don't see them as a thing to try and bleed dry of cash, and that's the exact ethos Liv takes too. But I've been doing online marketing for about 8 years now. I write, present and produce content for Influencer Marketing Hub's YouTube, and I also produce courses about influencer marketing and TikTok for them. I write for Social Media Examiner, which is one of the largest social media marketing websites in the world, and I own a production company in the UK that makes videos for businesses. Right, boring bit over, let's rock and roll. So the first thing you need to do to make money from your following, and this will dictate literally everything else you do ever, is to work out what you want from life. Now, I'm not here to be a life coach, but you might just decide you want a bit of side income from this because you love your job. That's absolutely fine. You might want to dominate your niche and become world famous. That's fine too. So the first step is to go forward 10 years, write down where you are in your dream, what you do on the weekends, what assets do you have, cars, handbags, the fun stuff, where do you live, how big is your house, what does your family look like, and then just work out how much all of that costs. Now, you have to take this with a pinch of salt because things will change, the monetary values will go up and down, we don't know what's going to happen, but once you have an idea how much your dream might cost you, you have a figure to aim for, and this figure will dictate how many clients you need, how many followers, and how much you need to make. But it's not just a figure. Our dream, Liv and I are a couple by the way, was to be able to work from any country in the world so we could turn our life into one big travel holiday. 9 months in, we're both now able to do that because every decision we made was about getting us there first as a priority. So if you have a partner, a wife or a husband, then you might want to include them in this part too. Break it down into a 5-year plan as well and then a yearly plan. I don't mean plan each year for 10 years, just the next 12 months. And then I like to set Liv monthly targets too, which she absolutely hates, but the problem is she consistently smashes them to the point where I'm having to bring our goal forward. All of this just gives you some idea if you're on target. If you do not have this, you cannot pass go, you cannot collect £200, which is English for you'll be screwed. So you now need to work out who is your following. And if you're anything like Liv, you didn't start trying to grow a following, you merely just started putting content online, which means anyone could be in there looking at you. And even when people do try to grow a particular following, it's still not that easy. Because a follower does not mean a client, just someone who is aware of you. So you need to establish who these people are that might buy from you, what they care about the most, what they get excited about, why they follow you, who else they follow, what is the most important thing in their life. Now, the more information you can build up about these people, the better it's going to be for you. And of course, this isn't easy and it should feel a little overwhelming. And I would worry if you are sitting there thinking, well, I know who my audience is, I'd reconsider. Do you know what the first thing they do when they wake up is in the morning and the last thing at night, and how many children they have and how much they earn? If you do, bravo. So you might come back and say, I'm a personal trainer. And I've learnt that most of my audience are really new to training. Female, new mums aged 30 to 40. They would join premium gyms, however, they find it intimidating. They love expensive gym wear. It's not about cheap, it's about quality for them. And they need to be able to train at home because they have kids to watch, but also it suits their lifestyle. Bam! Your content is now about training at home, using home gym kit. You upgrade your camera to suit the kind of lifestyle images they like looking at on the premium gym Instagram pages. You bring your own kids into your content. You drop in parenting references. You empathize with their situation. Then you give them a baby step-by-step nutrition guide that factors in those days when work and the kids have just got too much. So sure, have a donut. And you start selling products that reference these things and they think, wow, this is exactly what I want. That's the level you want to know your audience to. Maybe even more. Once you know that and your content and products and services reflect that, you will grow so much faster. This might mean you need to change the style of what you post too. And just bear in mind, you can't please everyone. And if you try, you will only hold yourself back. I guarantee that. Now that one step was probably the main catalyst for Liv's Instagram growth and then her products which followed after, as well as this. The third thing you need to do is you need to just label yourself something. What are you? A yoga model or a yoga educator? That was the moment Liv's life changed forever when she said back, I am a yoga educator. Suddenly, the photos she took in yoga poses, which had grown her account to 60,000 followers, had no meaning at all. It then meant she knew who she was, what her audience cared about, and bam, growth. So ask yourself, what do you want the world to see you as? You can, of course, be both. But you might find that without giving tons of value as an educator in your content, looking pretty won't sell many services or products other than merch, and people aren't there for your brain. So the fourth thing is to deal with your fear. So you've been building this following, and you want to protect it. And everyone goes through the same thing. You don't want to start feeling like you're going to have to keep selling all the time. You don't want to piss people off promoting things. And I'd be scared too. Luckily, no one follows me. And I'm not going to tell you to get over this and man up, because that's just so much easier said than done. Not one of these next steps coming was something Liv was able to do easily. I dived in and said, oh yeah, charge this and do that. And just looked at her nervous expression and realised, you are new to business. This is your dream. Of course, you must be terrified. Building a following is very hard and you're right to want to protect that. So going against everything you hear out there, I'm going to say you do not have to do anything you feel really uncomfortable with when it comes to selling things to your following. All of the books that tell you to push yourself were written before the age of the influencer. You do have to try selling something though, but that might mean just starting with the thing that scares you the least. And if you really struggle with that and it's holding you back, know that if it doesn't scare you, it really won't be worth doing. The solution for Liv was simply asking for a donation in a free YouTube class if they enjoyed it. It was the first step and the one that built up her confidence to actually ask for business. The next thing, you need to value your time. This is something you have to take to a new level of serious. Your time is priceless. It is reducing every millisecond. I'm literally dying right now making this. You can earn more money, you just cannot earn more time. So you have to value your time, which means saying my time is worth X. When you have a figure, it will dictate how you use your time and spend that time just like your goals do too. You can say, okay, my time is worth $200 an hour. Is the task I'm about to do going to help me hit that, make that, or hinder that? And you're probably going to find hinder is the most common answer. Now this is going to cause you to focus on only the tasks that really matter, and it's going to stop you procrastinating a ton too. You can of course increase this amount because jumping in with a big value straight away without knowing your real worth isn't necessarily a great idea. So now you need to test the waters. Even when you know you're following well and they really seem to love your content, doesn't actually mean they'll buy anything from you. And that's not because they won't ever, but actually they haven't had the seed planted that they can buy anything from you yet. So Liv spent 4 years not selling anything to her Instagram account. If you go flying in with an all singing, all dancing course, and your following didn't even know you had that level of knowledge because until now they just thought you took pretty pictures, you're going to waste your time. You need to start sowing the seed that you have something for sale. You have something to offer more than just free content. And that might be something small and easy to buy to start off with. This will tell you straight away how eager people are to support you. If the result is positive, start building up a larger portfolio of products or services and add to it and test them over time. How do people react to that new product? Should we go more in that direction or try something else? If it's negative, it might just mean you need to shift the offering or rethink your audience and content. It doesn't mean it won't ever happen. I told Liv from day one, it's going to take 6 months of letting people know that she had a paid product and service for people's mindset to shift to understand that Liv was a credible yoga educator for hire, not just someone taking photos. And people just don't notice things fast. So your initial testing needs to work out how interested your following is in your product idea, you as someone who sells something, and it should help you know if you're heading in the right direction with all of this. But if it doesn't sell tons, just don't panic. Give it time and understand the audience just might not even know you have something to sell them. And of course, you could just smash it straight away. But actually, that could have its own problems. A story for another day. Next is quality. Don't just sell any old tat. By knowing what your audience really cares about, create something they want to be part of. For me, that doesn't mean videos for sale shot on a phone. I'm sorry, but if you spend forever making your Instagram images look amazing and perfect, you can't sell them something that then resembles a snotty tissue. Taking pictures on a phone and recording quality content on a video are very different things. If your dream means you need to hit big numbers, making yourself look the part's going to help you get there. Lots of people say production quality doesn't matter, but don't let the fact they're too lazy and tight to upgrade their own sets hold you back. I don't buy it. You need good visuals and sounds. Next, create products that sell without you. You're probably just one person and your time is going to be really precious, which means you need to start creating products that don't require your time for people to get value for them. So about 1/3 of Liv's income last month came from on-demand educational products. So once she makes one of these, she can then promote it in her stories whenever, and people are driven to them and purchase. Now this happens on autopilot now with a simple link in an Instagram bio to the website. So you can build up a nice big bank of products that, so long as they're good, should start to sell themselves, meaning you don't have to do everything else. So this is one of the amazing things about having a following. And it's something so many businesses try to get because your potential is so amazing when you have one. So think up products, not just services, but digital products ideally. Merch, you still have to pack up and send off, which takes up your time. So courses, workshops, on-demand classes, downloads, memberships, these things are what will get you to your dream alongside your services. Then hire help. Liv had someone working for her 3 days a week editing images within a few months of starting this project. Her content takes about 10 hours a week to edit. So let's say that you set your hourly rate to $120. That's $4,800 a month you spend in your time on a task that someone else could do for you. So hiring help overseas to edit for say $500 a month means you can go and only do the tasks that help you increase your revenue or your hourly rate, because editing photos won't do that. So find a good team of people to move you forward. Your time is everything, especially if you're the star of the show, which means you need to get used to investing and spending some of the money you earn. Get a website. Websites make your offering real. Link trees to multiple different landing pages are great, but when you have a website, it opens you up to so much more potential. It's all about you. You can get email signups, create audiences that you can then retarget with adverts when they leave and stalk people, and it also just makes you look so much more credible. It doesn't have to be the best website in the world. You don't have to get hung up on colours and layouts to start. Lots of website builders give you drag and drop templates that are absolutely fine. Create a minimum viable website and understand that a website is never finished. When sales come in, start building on this and develop it into something greater. Now we've just rebuilt Liv's website from the initial website we bodged up ourselves. Is by no means the dream website. It's good, it's functional, it sells, and in 12 months time no doubt we'll have another major overhaul when we've analysed the data from this one and learnt a lot from it. Your website is the place where conversions will happen. You want to be able to drive people there to individual pages from your link tree and just trust that they'll convert. And when that happens, woo, it's magic. Email. One day, your platform could vanish. You need a backup, and you need a place that's just about you. Start an email list. You can offer something as an incentive to get people into your email list, or just let people know there's new content you release to it once a week that's unique. Liv releases an email every 2 weeks. She gives them early bird offers to her paid workshops. Last month, they sold out in 20 minutes from the email being sent. Once sold out, people continued to make purchases from that email, and it was her most profitable day ever. The truth is, the people who sign up to your email don't need to be tricked into it. Let them know you will send them offers. If they come because of that, it means they're coming because they want to buy from you and they want the offer before anyone else. Also, with email, everyone gets your content. Your platform doesn't hide it because you didn't get enough likes. Which means a reach of 100%. Liv's open rates have been about 60%. Average open rates are usually 25%. They are all high because of all the previous steps we took in this video. Create some systems. Liv had created some on-demand products. In the early days, she would get an order come in overnight, and then the next day she'd wake up and manually send it, which meant there was always a complaint from someone saying, "Where's my product?" because people want things fast. But websites and email are cheap to set up, and they're going to do all this for you. You don't have to worry. And then when people have purchased, 3 days later, they can get an email asking them if they enjoyed it and then to check out the next video in the series, which they would, of course, have to purchase. Once you know what sells, you've got to create some systems that run on their own and help you sell more products and services so that you can scale that side. And it's possible you could turn over $1 million a year being the only person in your business using systems like this. Systems will get you that dream, not you slogging your guts up with services that are in person. And then there's YouTube. Now, I love YouTube. I'm biased, but at the end of the day, it's a long form platform. People go there for deep dive. One of the smartest things Liv did was to start a YouTube channel and give away free lessons. It gave people the chance to experience what it was like to work with her. Not only that, morally, she wants to help people, which means she's giving something back. And for us being ethical marketers, that's really important. You only ever find your customers by people who won't ever pay you, giving your content the engagement to blast it to the people that do want to pay you, remember? But if anyone ever tells you that you should not give away tons of information for free, delete them from your life. They are outdated and they are dangerous to your business. So when Liv started adding paid classes, she picked up a waiting list incredibly fast because people already knew what it was like to work with her. They had no doubt if they would like it or enjoy it or find value. In fact, I've never seen customers that are so wonderful to work with. They are polite, they don't muck her about at all, they don't cancel, they don't try to lowball her, they don't haggle. And I hold this down to the fact that people like what she does so much and they value her so much, they give her the respect she deserves. And I've spent my life trying to get that and never got it. And that is worth its weight in gold. And then go live. Live's only going to get bigger and it's an incredible sales weapon. You're going to see some crazy live things coming to platform soon, all based around selling products within lives easily. A simple Q&A will probably drive sales if you simply mention links in your bio. And it's a great chance for people to ask you questions and then get more expertise and value from you. And then something you probably all do is to stop judging your performance on likes. Likes don't pay your bills. Chasing them will make you produce content for the algorithm, not your target audience, and you will never ever get more likes than everyone else. It's a game you can't win. They really are quite meaningless. So that's it. I know it was a lot to take in, but those steps will help you make money from your following. Come back next time when Liv's going to tell you how she put on 2,000 followers a day, and hopefully you'll get some information out of that that will enable you to do the same.